Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sirajul Faisi. I welcome you in my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about how to write scientific paper, especially chemistry. Friends, like all scientists, chemists must be able to effectively communicate their hypotheses, procedures, methods, results, and conclusions in writing. The ability to write clearly and precisely is crucial, enabling other chemists to replicate experiments in order to arrive at reliable, reproducible results. So, what is the writing style? The best writing in chemistry, as in science generally, is simple and direct. Such writing is not only the most readily understood but also tend to be the most forceful and authoritative. Whenever writing in chemistry, you should focus on strive for clarity, conciseness, and economic. Next point, keep your sentences short and to the point. Next, eliminate redundancy and avoid digressions. Next, be precise in your choice of words. Next point, use transitions. Next important point, use the third person passive voice unless instructed otherwise. Next, use tenses consistently and make sure the subject and verb agree. Next point, avoid beginning a sentence with a numeric value, equations or symbols. Next important point, use the past tense to describe a procedure except when citing but present tense for scientific fact. For example, the properties of a molecule. Friend, next point is cite your sources as well as your findings. Next, proofread your paper carefully and never simply rely on your computer spell check. And this is the most important point. Now friend, title. The title of your paper should clearly and succinctly reflect its contents. So it may state the subject of the article or its major conclusions and should be as concise and informative as possible. Next, abstract. The abstract is a clear, highly condensed summary of the report. Its purpose is to inform busy readers and researchers of the report's content without having to read it all. It should succinctly state the principles, objectives, and scope of your experiments and concisely summarize the results and principal conclusions. It should be no longer than a short paragraph of around 300 words. This is the tools for abstract writing. Friends, introductions. The introduction should provide all the information needed to make sense of rest of paper. It should state the principal objectives, methods and conclusions and may briefly summarize the relevant theoretical backgrounds, and introductions should usually take up no more than 3/4 of a page. Now, most important part, experimental procedures. A good experimental procedure section should include all and only that information necessary for another researcher. to replicate what you did in the lab. If your experimental procedure is taken from a lab manual, do not copy it out but simply reference the source, noting any changes you may have introduced. It is often a good idea to subdivide these sections into the following three sections: materials, preparation of compounds, and instrumentations. So friends, our next results. Your results section should present a data in condensed form, preferably tabulated for easy of reference. All tables, charts, graphs, diagrams, and figures must be numbered and labeled so that you can refer to them in discussion section. This section should also include any simple calculations. Friend, discussions. Your discussion section is the most important part of your lab report. In this section, you should analyze and interpret your results with reference to your tables and diagrams, assess the quality and limitations of your data and procedure, evaluate the extent to which the findings support your hypothesis, draw upon your background knowledge to provide plausible explanations of your experimental outcomes, compare your results with those of other studies and expected values as calculated or drawn from the literature, and draw your conclusions. Your discussion section should end with a brief summary or conclusion regarding the significance of your work. So friend, these are the tools for discussion. Now, final conclusions. The conclusion should refer back to the objectives stated in the introduction. Summarize your findings and discuss the implications of your study. You might also briefly indicate possible lines of follow-up research. Friends, you have to focus on the reference. Be sure to provide complete references listing all the literature you cite or otherwise draw upon in your paper. These must appear in alphabetical order and in accordance with your departmental preferred citation style. So friends, consult an expert. If you want to learn how to write chemistry paper that will guarantee you the grade you want, there is no better way than to consult an expert in the subject. So friends, hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.